Hey guys, I'm your host Robin Perry, and this is our episode on the concrete wall, glass ceiling, and the labyrinth. There is one topic that is mentioned frequently when talking about women in politics or in male-dominated fields. I'm referring to the concept of the glass ceiling, which was introduced around 1970. In Eagly and Carli's book, Through the Labyrinth, the glass ceiling is described as, quotes, an absolute barrier, a solid roadblock that prevents access to high-level positions. At the same time, the image of a glass obstruction suggests that women were being misled about their opportunities because the impediment was not easy for them to see from a distance, end quote. Woo! Okay, let's take a breath. What this is basically saying is that women were able to see higher positions, but they were unable to see the factors working behind the scenes that were keeping them from progressing. But before there was a glass ceiling, there was what Eagly and Carli refer to as the concrete wall. Unlike the glass ceiling, the concrete wall is described as an absolute barrier, where women couldn't see any higher opportunities. This was because of clear gender discrimination in the employment process. Women were limited to entry-level jobs with no chance of promotion because of their gender. These days, the ideas of the concrete wall and the glass ceiling don't actually apply to modern women. There are women holding positions that were traditionally limited to men, such as CEOs and managers. A great example for the progression of women in what were once male-dominated fields is actually Sarah Palin. She was a former CEO and candidate for vice president. This is an accomplishment for both women in business and in politics. But the rise to power is still hard for women because of a combination of gender stereotypes, the double bind, and objectification, all of which we will go over more in depth throughout this series. Eagly and Carli describe this new situation that women have to navigate as the labyrinth. This is because the end goal of a higher position is attainable, but there are several obstacles women must learn how to move around. The labyrinth also does a better job than the other two metaphors at showing the possible length of time it takes to reach success. Because I don't know about you, but it takes me forever just to finish those kitty mazes at the restaurants. Now imagine if that was your whole life, or your whole career. I'll hand the mic over to Christina Hendrick from a popular show called Mad Men, real quick for a short explanation.